Hey everyone, DCB here again. Just taking a break for a minute and thought I'd put out a quick video for you. It's been a while. So some of you have asked me why some of the Officer Big Mac climbers have holes in the hat while others don't. So like if you take a look at vintage photos of kids playing at McDonald's like in the early 70s, you'll notice that the Big Mac climber has a hole in the hat. And even if you look at the original set makers catalog or their first promotional video for the Playland, there too he always has holes in the hat. But if you see climbers today, like in people's collections or wherever, or maybe photos taken later in the 70s or early 80s, he often doesn't have the holes in his hat. So why the variation? Well, the first Big Mac climbers started arriving at restaurants in the early 70s, but they were quickly determined to be kind of a safety hazard. Kids were getting their heads stuck in the hole and suffering injuries and stuff. So McDonald's decided early on that they needed to remove those holes ASAP. So from that point on, probably early mid 70s, they started shipping the climbers out with the holes covered up. But, there was a bunch of climbers out there already that had the holes in them. So what were they going to do? They couldn't replace the entire thing because, they were bolted to the ground and everything. And that would have been just prohibitively expensive. So what they did instead was they made this slip cover that they would ship out to the McDonald's with the existing climbers that McDonald's could then slide over the top of the hats and then bolt it down, and then that would solve the problem, cover the holes. So this is what that slip cover looks like. It's just a big fiberglass dome that just slid right over. So if you see climbers out there today, take a closer look at the hat. And if it looks like the top of it is a separate piece, you'll see like a, kind of a edge and bolts around it, then you'll know that that climber is an early 70s climber that had to have this piece put onto it later to modify it. But if the hat looks like it's all one solid piece, then that's a newer model. By newer, I mean like, mid 70s and on. So when I make my miniatures, some people prefer to have the holes and some don't. They might want the holes because that's how they originally were made, and people like to keep things as close to the original intention as possible. Though a majority of the people, about 60% of them, actually order it without the holes. Maybe it's because this is how they remember it when they were kids, or it just looks better. I think it looks better without the holes, but anyway, I offer both versions so you can take a pick. So if you get one with the holes, this is how I do it. First, I made this little template that slides over the top, and that shows me where the holes need to be. So I'll just mark it with a Sharpie, and then I'll use a Dremel with a cutter bit to get a rough hole cut out of it. And then I'll go back in with a sanding bit to get a more cleaner look. So do that 4 times around the hat. It only takes a few minutes, so I don't charge any extra for the holes or not, but it's just a preference thing. So anyway, there you go. That's the reason for the 2 variations, and that's the way they are, and that's why they are. So thanks for watching. I got to get back to work. Thanks. Bye.
Darn, that's the end.
Thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Dustin Cropsboy. Also check out our TeePublic page for t-shirts you can buy to help support this channel, or just go to the website dcbvarietyhour.com for all the links.